Hello, my witchy friends. Today I have a sleepy little flip through video of this beautiful oracle card set. I can't even count how many times I've been sent pictures of this deck and been told about it because it combines my two favorite interests, literature, of course, and witches, as you all know very well by this point. There's 70 cards and a guidebook, so that's what makes up the literary witches oracle. So how about we open up this lovely sturdy box after we light a little candle. So this one is pumpkin apple scented from what I remember, and it smells so good. It has a really nice aroma to it. I strongly believe that your home should smell autumnal all year round if you are a witch, and it's pretty easy when you have pumpkin scented candles. Just get my lighter in there, and it will add some additional warm ambient light to the salt lamp, which is already giving us such a cozy, comfortable glow. So, there, the lid. Okay, so let's open this up. It has this interesting little swing lid instead of a removable lid, which is really nice. And the guidebook is on top. Now, if you're familiar with this set, you know there is an actual standalone book that's apparently quite cool, but this is what we have. So at the beginning, it's just a little bit of background info. It says, using the 30 author portraits from the book, The Witches, as well as 40 new paintings inspired by the book's imagery. Those are the Witches' materials. These cards offer the presences of magical literary artists and their witchy familiars as portals to guidance and meditation. And the witch's materials are creatures and objects. So there's a single card layout as well. Looks like you can just use a witch and a talisman or a magical object. And we've got Emily Bronte, one of my all-time favorite authors, and a wolf. Interesting combination. You could read that. And the 3-card layout. This is a classic, past, present, and future, of course. Looks like there's a chicken and milk and Toni Morrison. And it says here, if any of the witches in the deck move you, seek out their work. which is a brilliant way to direct people to the author of this deck. The writings will enlighten, nourish, and transform you in ways no divination deck could. Welcome, the witch. And here they all are, along with the objects at the end. Instead of looking at them in the book, how about we just pull this handy little ribbon, which I always think is a sign, a sure sign, a good quality tarot deck. Let's pull it out and start looking at these beautiful cards. Now, the card backs are really gorgeous. I love the elegant little hand holding the oracle card. These would be really pretty if they were trimmed and gilt edges. But with some, the gold, that'd be really, really pretty. I've always wanted to do my own gilt edging. I know it's a lot of work. So, just move this to the side. I think we should separate the witches from the magical objects and then go through each stack accordingly, just so that we're using the book in order. It's a little bit easier to keep track. So let's see. I think my favorite authors in this stack are Virginia Woolf. I know she's in there somewhere. And Emily Bronte. And Sylvia Plath. But we'll find them in due time. I just want to give these a little shuffle. It's a gentle shuffle. They're just such heavy cards and very thick. The nice coating on them, texture. It's really good. And these are the objects. There's a lot more of these than of the witches, which, I mean, I do wish there were more witches because there were a lot of magical authors in this world, but I mean, I'm just glad that the deck exists at all. There's really nothing else like this out there. This a shuffle. And okay, I think we may as well just get started with our first card. So who do we have? Yumiko Gurahashi symbolizes transformation, masks, becoming, and play. And she wrote experimental fiction inspired by Kafka and French literature. A lot of fairy tale logic, it says. The next card is Emily Dickinson, who represents the soul, spiritual life, the inner world, the unknown, and she refused her prominent family's social schedule in favor of course, writing poems often in secret. And when she died, it was such a shock to find over 1,800 poems in her drawer. And look at her holding her cat. Zora Neale Hurston, another excellent author. Cannot recommend her enough. She represents story, your story, the stories of others, and listening. And she was a key figure in the Harlem Renaissance. I really like this artwork. It's just, the color scheme is really different. Emily Bronte, one of my favorite authors. She represents fantasy, dwelling, indulging, hiding in fantasy. And she just spent her life as shows in this image on her family home on the moors in Yorkshire and Haworth. She gave us Wuthering Heights, just such a spooky, wonderful book. And Janet Frame, she represents belonging, being at home, being a stranger, knowing yourself. And she lived and was active between 1924 and 2004. She wrote mostly autobiographical fiction. And I like that she's holding an eel here. I think there is an eel object card, so perhaps that corresponds. I don't know. And Joy Harjo, bravery, plunging in, making decisions, and fear. And she was a social activist as well as an award-winning saxophone player and singer. Wow. Oh, Virginia Woolf, one of my favorite authors. She represents vision, developing a vision, innovation, and limitations. And she helped usher in a major new literary movement, modernism, of course, with her stream of consciousness fiction, which focuses on the experience of awareness and moves fluidly among the inner lives of her characters. Love this little vine that she has in her, and a little wolf too, of course. Oh, and Agatha Christie. I just saw The Mousetrap in London, and it was so good. She represents trickery, suspicion, deception, the missing piece. And she wrote 70 detective novels, the most popular novelist in all of history. And I know why. There's a lot of twist endings in her books. Audre Lorde is here as well. She represents justice, fighting for yourself, your values, and your community. And she was very outspoken. Her work is populated with mothers, children, sisters, unicorns, snails eating dead snakes, witches, fire, and the importance of refusing silence. Oh, and Charlotte Perkins Gilman. I'm sure many of you have read The Yellow Wallpaper. She represents freedom, oppression, what frees you, the systems at work. And if you know anything about the Rest Cure, you know this story is inspired by the Rest Cure. And look at that yellow wallpaper in the background. And Flannery O'Connor, of course. How could they not have her in this collection? She represents humanity, who we are, reckoning with failure, redemption. And she wrote cutting, hilarious, and secretly devoutly Catholic stories about the deep south. And Maria Sabina is here as well. She represents healing, what ails you, seeking help, helping others. And it says that she actually could not read or write and lived in poverty in the mountains of southern Mexico. And she improvised a lot of her chants. Fascinating. Okay, Leslie Merman Sacco, community, taking care of each other, safety nets, and exile. And she was of Mexican, European, and Cherokee ancestry. And Angela Carter, who's very well known for rewriting fairy tales with a feminist twist. She represents identity, investigating identity, roles, and who you are. Sandra Cisneros, the body, joys of the body, sorrows of the body, and the senses. Oh, and Mary Shelley, of course, Frankenstein is one of her greatest works. She represents loss, the cycle of life, transitions, attachments, and her life was as harrowing as her famous novel. So much loss and sadness and grief. And Octavia E. Butler, the future, imagining, planning, worrying about the future. What an interesting artwork with the sort of snakes or serpents and her standing with her palm open to the side. And Eileen Chang represents fate, outside forces, events falling into place, acceptance. And Anna Akamatova, endurance, staying with pain, avoiding pain, and patience. She wrote lyric, melancholy poetry. Oh, and Sappho, of course, it would be an incomplete deck without Sappho, I think. Love, the beloved, desire, and taking flight. And this was before Plato and Homer, she existed. Jamaica Kincaid, history, lineage, the past, and deep time. And she wrote on the failures of mothers, fathers, siblings, and colonialism. We got a few left now. Oh, Sylvia Plath, of course, and her symbol is the dark. Living in the dark, intensity, and fury. And of course she wrote The Bell Charm. As we all know, she was married to Ted Hughes. She was on a Fulbright scholarship at Cambridge University. The Bell Jar is amazing, so is her poetry. Mirabai, it's devotion, worship, passion, the sublime. And Shirley Jackson, I'm sure there are some Shirley Jackson fans among my subscribers. She symbolizes family, domestic pleasures, domestic wars, partnerships, and children. Toni Morrison, who of course symbolizes power, owning power, seizing power, the powers at play. Beloved and the Bluest Eye are among two of my absolute favorite books. And we have Anise Nin. I believe it's Anise. I always struggle with pronunciation. Anise Nin symbolizes the subconscious. I think this is such a neat card. It's so pretty. I love the little letters. But yeah, surfacing and yet explored. Alejandra Pizarnik. Solitude, silence, interiority, and space. That's why there's the black space in the background here. I love the little flower details and the floating people. But she wrote surrealism in her fiction, so it makes sense. Gertrude Stein. Oh, yes. Alice B. Douglas, one of the biggest, greatest loves of her life. She represents perspective, making sense, frames, and new ways of seeing. And so we have Farukazet. Somebody correct me on that pronunciation. She symbolizes rebellion. And the last card is Anne Carson, of course. And she represents the intellect. So, intellectual growth, delights of the mind, the plagues of the mind. And she wrote poems, essays, all sorts of literary hybrids. And I think she studied ancient Greek and Latin. That's really cool. She's still alive, I think. Okay, so those are all of the witches. I would have spent so much more time on them, but this video would have been hours long. The guidebook is actually pretty thorough. How much information there is, but I had to skip through a lot of it for brevity's sake. But I love the cards. They're just they feel so good in your hands, and the art has so much meaning. It wouldn't be hard to use this if you're interested in readings. I just love the artwork, so that's largely why I have them. But really, really beautiful. So nice to flip through. The sounds are really nice. So maybe we should take a look at the objects now. There's quite a few of them, so I won't dwell too long on each one. I want you to take a look at all of them. So our first one is a white dress. Interesting. Okay. And an apple, the senses and hunger. Wings, which I assume symbolizes flight and ambition, maybe. Wandering. A teacup, very cute. Ease, rest. A hedgehog, which is just like, what could that mean? Vulnerability, it says. Wildflowers for renewal, romance, awakening. A rabbit, interesting. It's waiting, making leaps and adventure. Oh, here's the eel that I was talking about in one of the cards. And a skull. It's upside down though. A skull. Transitions, reality, and grief. A wall, which symbolizes protection, obstacles, and boundaries. A book. That's pretty self-explanatory, I feel like. I like this book. It's very pretty. And milk. Not sure what that means. Oh, a creature's paw. It's very spooky. Like, what does that mean? a volcano, so some sort of explosiveness. It says patience for oppression. Oh, a noose. Okay. An eye. So perhaps something to do with vision or clarity of some sort. Praying mantis. They're so fascinating. I really want to read up on all the symbols. And a pond. So maybe reflection. Being with yourself. A braid. A piece of hair. Interesting. Okay. The moon. Who doesn't love staring at the moon? And bees. Spring. A new beginning. And spiders. Maybe like weaving your own web or something like that. A snail, okay. So taking things slow, maybe. Feels like I have very rudimentary readings of these. Oh well. Wolf was an Angela Carter card. Mushrooms. One of my favorite things. I love mushrooms in all shapes and forms. Oh, a toad. A toad. Very witchy. And a doll. There's a couple of these that I would love more information on. Like, what is the meaning of a doll in this context? And a chicken. I think there was a chicken on some of the cards as well. A house that has strong ties to Emily Bronte's life, her time in Hayworth at the parsonage. And an elixir, again, very witchy, potion making of sorts. And a lion, I assume that symbolizes bravery and courage. And a cat, very cute. There's a cat in Emily Dickinson's as well. And a cauldron. Well, my favorite thing, of course, is going to be a cauldron no matter what, because I love the witchy things. And a ghost. A very spooky looking ghost, oh my goodness. A peacock. Art is really pretty. It's simple yet feels relatively detailed. And a tree. Rootedness, you know. Sort of thing. Gloves, or just a glove, sorry, a singular glove. A knife, ooh, kind of like the noose, very foreboding. And a lantern, I assume that's like perspective, being able to see with clarity, maybe? And a boar. See, the animal ones are so interesting. Like, I would love to know more of the symbolism. But there they are. There are all of the magical objects and creature cards. And, now we've seen all of them. Now we flipped through all of them. I've enjoyed looking at all of the images here. I think the cauldron, where is that? Somewhere here. Yeah, the cauldron is my absolute favorite. I love that instead of a tuft of smoke, it's a hand. And I also loved the Angela Carter card. Looking for. Yeah, Virginia Woolf. Loved the Virginia Woolf card. I think it's just such a beautiful illustration of her with what looks like an inkwell and all of her ideas pouring forth. But if you love witches and you love reading like me, I highly recommend that you pick up this deck. It's just very delightful and it has kind of a gothic undertone. It's not the most like warm and welcoming energy, but that doesn't bother me. It feels right for this deck. So if that's the vibe that you're looking for, then I think you should get yourself this set. I also think that the storage is really nice. This is one of the most beautiful boxes that I've ever seen a tarot deck come in, so if that's important to you, then by all means you should pick this up as soon as possible. Put that there. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I am so grateful to all of you for being here with me. Just blow the candle. And I hope that you have a very